Jay, the team, I know you've been talking about defensively, was better defensively tonight. Did you just feel like you needed a break offensively to push that to overtime?
Well, we gave up 16 shots again. We've done that a few times this year. I think we had 92 shot attempts. We were unable to find an answer, but we chased the game, and there were some, I think costly errors that led to goals against. Disappointing.
This game seems like one that has played out several times this year. Mm-hmm. How frustrating is that?
Not fun not to win that game, and then, as you said, it's happened a couple times, but I think, you got to take the good parts out of that game and bring it forward, and while at the same time you got to limit some of the costly errors that ended up in our net.
What do you think of your power play right now? It doesn't seem to be...
I think, our power play is usually indicative of our entire offensive game. And right now we have some shooters that aren't shooting at their typical rate. It hasn't been anywhere near of what we're capable of. It hasn't been awful. It's created looks and had chances, but just like our 5-on-5, it hasn't converted when we needed it. And I thought, I was confident in it heading into that last power play at the end of the game. We couldn't find it tonight.
You lose a one-goal game, and I think your was over 4 on the power play. That's, not typical of your team.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I didn't love our first 2 power plays in the first period. I didn't think we were sharp. Thought in the third period we had looks. There was some good chances there. I thought, there was one off the net to Hyman that is normally converted. But disappointing to go 0-for-4 in a game where you're short by 1 goal.
The first goal of the game, there's a shark in your low slot with nobody on him.
Yeah, I would bring that back even farther, though, Spec. I would say it started with a pass that is a fundamental pass that could have and should have been made and handled. It got turned back in the neutral zone, got dumped back in on us. There was a goalie handle that we'd like to have back. And then all of a sudden you find yourself breathing through your eyelids and having to defend. In that defending, obviously when the puck is outside the trapezoid or close to the trapezoid, you want to make sure that you're packed in tight. We weren't. But and that's certainly an error, but I would bring it even farther back to those 2 instances, probably about 20 and 30 seconds before that.
Did you think you were coming into an environment where the team had a newfound confidence after they got their first win?
You know what? Where we've been with our group, we've spent most of our time focusing on us. Obviously the other team played hard. Their goalie was very good tonight, and they were opportunistic when the scoring chances presented themselves. Credit to them.
You fathom where you're at right now in the standings?
I don't look at it like that. I look at it as, we have to do a much better job of securing 2 points. I think we've had moments, but we can be better for a full 60 minutes. I thought we did a lot of good things. I didn't think anyone grew impatient, but in the end, some costly mistakes ended up in the back of our net. And right now, when you're not outscoring mistakes, you have to find a way to limit them.
It's a lousy question, but I got to ask it. You got a Stanley Cup contender that's in 32nd place here. Are you worried about your job?
No, I worry about taking care of my daily business and my daily process and making sure that I give my players something to focus on and concentrate on. No one's happy with where we're at. We all own it. We can be better, and that's where my focus is.